couple of people feeling good. How y'all feeling out there? All right, that's a little better. We got something special for you right now. We're going to be doing a live interview with Mr. Marty Sammon, Damn Right Blues Band. Put your hands together for him one time. Thanks for being here with us, Marty.
Thank you, man. I want to take a chance to say that the staff at this place is really slamming, man. They take care of musicians. And let's give the staff at Legends a big round of applause. And I've been wanting to say that all month, and now you gave me the microphone, so I get to say it.
Well, that's great. So Marty, we heard a little bit yesterday from Tim about how you guys have all joined Buddy's band at the same time.
Yeah, everybody except Orlando. Orlando was in the band. He's been in the band 17 years.
17 years?
Yeah, I hadn't realized that till last night when he was talking about that in the dressing room. But yeah, Rick Hall and Tim Austin and myself joined the band in 2004 in May.
Okay.
And Phil Guy was the guy who was instrumental in getting us on the job because he had suggested us, and then Buddy had went to Larry's down on the south side to see Tim and Rick play. And then Phil just told me be there Wednesday for rehearsal, and he never heard me. Well, he had heard me, but I don't think he knew. And so I had the gig kind of, without even having an audition for it. But
that's cool.
We all got in at the same time, and God, we spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, I want to ask you more about that in a minute. But actually, I was going to ask you, how did you become part of Phil's band?
Through a guitar player named Doug McDonald. I had met him. I was like 17 or something, and Doug said, "Oh, you got to play with this guy, Phil Guy, your buddy's brother." I said, "Okay, well, cool, man." And I met him, and man, we gelled, and I played with Phil for like 9 years. Some of his last gigs before he passed away, and he was the one who passed me on to Buddy on his job. So, but yeah, I kind of just fell into that gig,
Okay.
And kind of feel like I'm in the family, sort of.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, do you think you could play a little bit for us something you used to do with Phil?
Something I used to do with Phil, let's see. I used to like the way he did this one. Because he played with Junior Wells, and the funniest thing is, like, Phil, the first gig, he looks at me when I never met him, he goes, "You Chicago boy?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You ever play with Junior Wells?" I said, "No." He goes, "Oh, shit." He just, like, walked away. Now I got to go play with this guy. I'm like, oh, my God. This was the first song we did. Help me. I can't do it by myself. You got to help me. I can't do it all by myself. You ain't gonna help me, baby. I'm gonna find me somebody else. Might have to cook, what I might have to sew, might have to clean. You ought to see me mop that floor, but you better help me. I can't do it by myself. You ain't gonna help me, baby. And he goes to go, "Oh, shit, I bought you a Cadillac." That was Phil.
All right.
Thank you.
So what was that like that first year on the road when you just first became part of the band? Had you ever done that kind of worldwide touring before? Or?
No, nothing like what Buddy brings us through, man. He works, and 150 days playing, means like 200 days a year away. So that's a long, intense tour. And the first year we went to Europe, and we went to Europe, and they don't tell you that you're going to do a different country every day, and it's going to be north, south, back to the north, back to the south, and you're going to take 3 flights a day and not sleep, and you're going to play, and you're going to smile, and you're going to do this for a month. And holy cow, this is touring. So that's some serious road work, man. And I tell you what, at first I was like floored and shocked by it, and then I just kind of became used to that, and that's what I crave now. It's like I can't take days off. I have to feel like I'm working. That first year was intense.
Do you have anything that stands out, like a particular gig that you did that first year that's real memorable?
I think the first January show at Legends.
Yeah. That
was what I always wanted. I remember it was the night Junior Wells died. I had snuck in to see Buddy, allegedly snuck in to see Buddy play and in the January show. And I said, man, I want to do that. I want to do what Tony Z's doing, you know, because he was playing his ass off. And I said, man, that's a great gig. That'd be great to be in Chicago in the winter and play some good blues. And so that first one was like really, you know, it stands out to me as one of my most memorable. And that was in the first year. You know. After going all over the world to play at home, you know, with your friends watching you, I think that was the most important gig.
Right on. Now, yesterday Tim was also telling us that you guys never really receive a lot of instruction as a band. That, you know, more or less you just kind of, you start picking up on the cues and figuring it out as you go along.
Yeah, don't ever look away. Never. Sometimes there'll be a pretty girl like sitting right here and I'll be playing and I'll be looking and then he'll see that I'm looking and that's when he'll throw a new cue out. Just because he knows I was paying attention to her over here. No, but you got to keep your eye on them because one of the beauty parts of this gig, you know, you can be on the road 120, 130 days a year. You get really tired of playing the same thing all the time. And this gig, you never get tired because it's different. And he makes it fun, but you got to watch him. And sometimes you got, as a keyboard player, I get away with it. Like a bass player, you got to hit the right note. I can wait for them to hit the right note and come in and, you know, nobody's going to notice it. So I got a little easier job than Orlando and Tim do. But
okay.
Yeah, he's totally what we call off the cuff. I call stream of consciousness playing. I mean, whatever you feel at the moment, he throws it out there. Right. And also allows us to do that. So we're all kind of watching each other.
That's cool, man. You know, it seems like actually you got something, I don't know, do you feel like there's something special that's developed there where it seems like Buddy turns to you a lot during the show, you know? I mean, he comes to you and you guys do that kind of call and response thing.
Yeah, I heard that from a lot of people and I was real humble about it. I was like, no, you know, I'm just a player. But yeah, him and I have like a rapport. And I don't know if that comes from playing with Phil for all them years and learning that language. Or just, you know, just being happy and happy to have the gig. But, you know, like, him and I, we could go back and forth, and I can kind of almost know where he's going, and then he surprises me, but it's always fun, you know. And I guess maybe being on the gig this long, we've developed that, but it's never the same. I mean, you can't ever get complacent.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're hung out to dry, and then, you know, you're the one that looks bad all the time.
Sure.
Meaning me.
Right on. Now, Marty, you've also got your own band, and you play, you know, all over town and all over with them as well. You want to give us a little taste of something that's off of your latest record? What is your latest record?
Well, I'm working on a record with all original music, and I'm also writing a book for Hal Leonard Company that's an instructional book. So both of them are, the book is taking priority and the record's taking forever.
Okay.
And I'm still writing tunes for the record, I think I'm gonna put about a 5-song thing together and then do a songwriter series and then come up with a couple more. You know, now you don't have to. They were talking about that last night about the disappearance of albums. You know, and the things are changing in the record industry where you kind of got to embrace this, and it's kind of easier. Yeah, you can put out 3 or 4 or 5 songs, and instead of trying to feel like you got to play a record or put a whole record out, and then maybe develop an interest. So that's what I'm trying to do. And you want to hear one off that?
Yeah.
You know, I gotta say, this is the second interview I did. The first one, there was like 2 people here, right? So this one's, I'm having more fun already.
Yeah, he actually said he feels more comfortable with more people in here.
And I got friends in the area too. So, yeah.
Selling tickets for the third one.
Oh yeah, the third one we're putting on sale today. But I did another song. I'm not gonna repeat from the last interview. I'm gonna do one called "I've Gone Evil." I can't dial no number, I can't call no friend. My woman is crying, and it's my fault again. I've gone evil, I've gone evil, and I'm ashamed. 'Cause now for all my troubles, I'll only have myself to blame. loose to the sky as the moon shines down on me. I'll toss and turn and tumble, and I'll wallow in misery. I've gone evil. I've gone and ruined my family name. 'Cause now for all my trouble, I'll only have myself to blame. I'll only have myself to blame. That's a little taste of it. A teaser, if you will.
Now here's something I've been wondering about. So you've got the organ here as well as the piano.
Oh, and we didn't turn the organ on, did we?
Well, we'll turn it on now, right?
All right, it might make a noise, so be careful.
Okay.
All right, we have some
Well,
organ.
hopefully it's going to.
Now I'm worried that it didn't make a noise. Now it's not making a noise.
Well, all right.
Wonder what's up with that. They have that run through there?
Yeah, well, I guess maybe, well, you know.
I can talk about
We
it.
can still talk about it.
I don't have to play it, I can talk about it.
All right, well, the question I got is this. I guess, do you have a set system for knowing which songs you're playing organ on and which songs you're playing piano on, or is that something you play as you feel it, or?
You know, that I kind of just, play it by ear, like that, because there's some stuff like if you play something off, like we play Skin Deep with Buddy Guy, and there's no piano on it. If you play piano on it, you notice the chord changes are very similar to that Prince song, Purple Rain. And there's one time we didn't have an organ, and I played the piano part on it. Man, I felt like I was playing Purple Rain in a sports bar somewhere. So you got to play like the record on that one. Now, sometimes, it's different, and sometimes I feel more confident on the organ, especially like if we're renting gear, and the organ sounds real good. You got a nice B3 with a Leslie. I'll tend to stay on that more if the piano isn't that good. But every night's different, and sometimes I change it up just to entertain myself. But yeah, so I do. But I watched like Roosevelt Hatter last night play the organ, and
Yeah.
oh my God, I didn't want to touch the organ. I want to watch it, and then I get up here and I intended to play more last night after hearing him.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of inspires. It depends on the mood,
Was that something else that you had to learn? I know that you started out on piano and doing the piano competitions and all that kind of stuff. Was organ something you just kind of picked up along the way, or?
Well, I used to play at this place. They had a B3. I used to play the piano bar gig at this joint, and they had a B3. So when I was done, I'd go to the organ and try it. But I never could learn, the percussive. There's a lot going on. There's percussive stuff in the keys. There's different chorus settings. There's a Leslie setting. That took a long time, and I still don't have it the way I want, There's a lot of texture that organ players can get that I haven't achieved yet. And also on a real B3, there's pedals, there's bass pedals. So a goal of mine before we get too old is I want to make an organ trio where I'm kicking bass pedals.
Okay.
But I'm a long way from that, so that'd be fun though.
Yeah, that'd be something.
Yeah. But I have never had any formal organ training at all, and I wish that I had done that. The most training I had was standing here watching Hatter play last night.
Right.
Watching Jimmy McGriff and them guys, man.
Sure.
Yep.
Now, we're going to do something a little different here, and actually, in just a minute, we want to open this up to some questions from the audience, if anybody has them.
Hey, that wasn't in the contract, man. You gotta be scared.
Gotta make them nervous all over again. But before we do that, could you play us a little more something, maybe?
Can I go to New Orleans,
yeah,
man?
please do.
All right.
Yeah, let's hear some New
I
Orleans.
want to do some New Orleans music. You're eating Cajun food. Buddy Guy is from Louisiana. We're in a Louisiana establishment as far as I'm concerned. So I want to do a thing called the Jungle Partner. This is an old tale of somebody who gets loaded all the time. I can't relate to nobody like that for some reason, but this is a tune called Jungle Partner. Down the road, come a jungle partner. Lord, you were loaded the street. Oh, serving 6 months. Oh, that ain't no hard sentence. 81 years ain't no real hard time. They got boys over there in Cook County Jail, over there at 26 in California. Serving 9 and looking at 99. Fun, I gotta keep going. Are you with me, y'all? Well, give me whiskey when I'm feeling kind of frisky. Well, give me some reefer when I want to get kind of high. Oh, give me the fun times when I'm feeling kind of sickly. But give me a woman, a big leg woman right before I die. Oh, bye-bye. I got it from Dr. John, but Professor Longhair used to do it. James Booker used to do it. It's an old, like, kind of old wives' tale. I think probably a woman wrote it because it's about a guy getting loaded. So this probably was written by a woman for all I know. I have no idea.
Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. All right. So yeah, we're gonna open it up and take some questions from the audience if you guys have any. If you have anything you've been wanting to ask.
I know Herman probably got something. He messed up Tim yesterday, man. And they've been preparing me. You know, they talked about his question all day yesterday up there about how he messed him up. So yeah. But yeah, if you got any questions or yes, sir. I knew he had something.
Can you dance as good as you move your feet when you're playing the piano?
I knew
that
he
question was, can you dance as good as you move your feet when you're playing that organ?
That's the last question I expected to hear. I honestly say, I didn't think I'd be asked about my dancing skills. I looked down, I got 2 left feet, what they call it. No, I don't dance at all, man. I don't tell many people this, but since I feel at home here, I want to confess it. I did Irish step dancing when I was a kid.
Is that right?
Yeah. And I was, this is how I knew I wanted to be a musician, because I didn't like the way the Irish fiddler was playing. I was too fast and too syncopated.
Yeah.
And I went over and told him to slow it down, and I think I lost a medal for that. But yeah, I don't dance. I just kind of sit here and wiggle a while. You know. He was the guy, he told me to don't ever cover up because he was watching my feet. I don't realize what I'm doing. Oh, thank you. I wish all the women felt like you. I didn't hear that. What'd you say?
You want to know how you got into piano in the first place.
Oh, okay. Well, my father bought me a Casio keyboard for Christmas once, right? And it was like we could curse. It was the shit in 1984, man. It was, I still have it, and it still works, believe it or not. Right. So I could play like, TV theme songs. I'd sit next to the TV and play the theme songs before the commercials. And so he says, "You're going to take piano lessons from the woman 2 doors down." I said, "I don't want her to take it. I want to do it by myself." And he said, "No, you got to go." She had a big Yamaha grand piano, and I fell in love with the way it sounded, and that was it. And I wanted to be a classical player before I learned about blues. So things really took a turn there.
Sure.
I was that was the one. That was for Elise was one of the ones I wanted to play. That's when my father moved from a keyboard about this big and bought me a real piano when I learned for Elise. and I don't think I could even play it now if I tried.
I was about to ask you.
Let me see. I haven't done this in years. Ah. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah! Beethoven, man.
Now, you grew up around a lot of Irish music.
Yep.
Is that something you play as well?
I do around the holidays, what we call in the Irish culture the High Holy Days, around the month before St. Patrick's Day that we start celebrating. I do tend to play a couple of Irish gigs here and there. I haven't done it in a long time though.
Could you play a little Irish music?
Irish music and legends, really?
Yeah, we want to shake him up.
All right, what the hell? Why not? I'll have a drink before the show. I'm gonna sing a drinking song.
All right, there we have it.
I've never really sang this song, really, honestly. And this is what my grandmother used to sing like. Hi diddly daddy dum diddly diddy daddy dum diddly doo day diddly day day. Hi diddly daddy dum diddly diddy daddy dum diddly doo day diddly day day. Let grasses grow and waters flow in a free and easy way. Give me enough of the fine old stuff that's made near Galway Bay. And please, men all from Donegal, from Igo and Leitrim too, we'll give you a slip and we'll take a sip of the real old Mountain Dew. Hi dilly daddy dum dilly dilly daddy dum dilly doo day dilly day day. Hi dilly daddy dum dilly dilly daddy dum. Here's a disgusting part, is they have this thing in Ireland called the scutters when you have the shits. It's a scutter diddle diddly dum, scutter diddle diddly dum, scutter diddle diddle diddly. An old Irishman told me that.
All right.
I never, when I used to drive around the old club when I was a kid, wanting to get in, I never imagined I would play that song in Buddy Guys. History, man.
Yeah, there you go. Make something new.
Yep. Can we talk about the spring fling that we're gonna do?
Yeah, that's right. Well, so Marty, you've been producing a series of like kind of one-day blues festivals down in Tinley Park.
Yeah, southwest suburb, Tinley Park, and you know, we get a lot of people down there that are so happy. We rent out the Viking Lodge and we throw a 4-hour all-ages event on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah. So this one is March 23rd. Mark your calendars. March 23rd. Anthony is part of the entertainment and also part of the production crew because he's so badass. I think this guy's great. Give Anthony a hand. But we're doing that thing, and this time our headliner is Jimmy Johnson, the barroom preacher. I'm really honored to have Jimmy on this. And Jimmy was one of the first records I ever went out and bought, and on my own. And I think Jimmy's going to really slam at this event. And it's like $12 to get in. It's all ages. There's food. And we have a party. We have like 6, 7, 8 acts in 4-hour period, and you can't get it nowhere else. I'm having a blast doing it, man. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Y'all gotta go, right?
Yeah, all right. What's the date on that again?
March 23rd, Sunday. It's from 6 to 10.
No, it's not outside. it's definitely indoors.
No, we make too much noise to go outside, man. Yeah.
Well, unless we had any other... Oh, yeah, what's your question?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The most beautiful woman you know. Did you ever write a song about it?
Yeah, my daughter.
All right.
Can we hear it?
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
This is a song you wrote about your daughter.
Have you heard this one before? Is that what you asked?
I've heard a bar or two.
Oh, I might only know a bar or two. I come home, my child is grown, I hardly recognize her right away. It's clear and bright, I'm out of sight, the reason I've been gone so many days. She says she's fine, but I'm not blind, it's obvious there's something going on. Wish she could open up her heart to me. Am I being the dad I really want to be? different than the Irish song, yeah. Hotel lounge, a beeping sound, a picture message on my fancy phone. It's clear and bright, and I'm angered by the sight of the frown that says she's feeling all alone. What can I do? I'm stuck in Timbuktu, chasing dreams and building my career. This path I chose, okay, what a price I pay when my child's face fills my heart with fear. 'Cause my whole world comes together when I'm with my baby girl, and I can't explain how this loneliness now has become my greatest pain. That's a little sample, a little tease. Thank you. Thank you for asking me that one. I didn't think I was going to do that one today either.
That sounds pretty personal, man.
Yeah, that's the hardest song I've ever recorded, man. Tom Hammers, Buddy's producer, played drums on that one, and we did 3 tracks in New York City with Ben Rubin, a great bass player in New York, and thanks to Michael Freeman, a Grammy-winning producer, he did Pine Top's last couple records. He hooked me up with the studio out there. We went out and I laid down 3 originals, and that one was the hardest to get through, man. It's like, so I asked Tom to help me get through the vocals, and when I got home, I listened to him, I'm like, man, I can hear myself crying in the vocals. So we've done it. It's taken 5 times to get it right, but I think I'm close, and then I'm going to give this, I hope she don't see this, because she ain't heard this song yet. So I'm not going to tell her about this interview, and I'm just going to hand it to her when it's done. It's almost done, so yeah.
Right on, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be every daddy musician's theme song.
Well, let's hope they all buy a copy then, man. He said every daddy musician's theme song, and it's about being gone, you know. Yeah. And I remember I got this picture on the phone where she's looking pissed off, like, you know, I guess, oh my God, you know, so that's where all that came from. My daughter is 15, yeah. They all, at that age, they always do look pissed off. But, you know, you want to really write a good song and have something, you know, and you have a kid, man, and it's nothing inspirational like that. Yep,
Right
my
on.
Man, right on.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here and doing this again, man.
Well, thanks, man. I'm honored to be the only guy that did 2 interviews.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Special.
Well, you're just that kind of guest, you know. That's,
I understand there's another interview coming up next.
yeah, we got to get Gilbert up here on the
We're
stage.
going to get the
Let me
mighty
ask you
Gilbert.
something. Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to hear from Gilbert Garza, Buddy's guitar tech?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Let me hear a round of applause if you want to talk to Gilbert. All right, we'll get him up in just a few minutes. All right, so, you know, let's just close it out, man. You want to play a little bit more for us?
Yeah, I do. I want to do
give
a
us
little bit of
something,
something, because somebody asked me on the last interview, I talked about James Booker, and I said I don't mess with Booker. And I've been messing with Booker a little bit, so I'm going to do his version of Goodnight Irene, because it's not Goodnight, I'm here all night, so, but this is a little say goodbye kind of thing. Can we get a little clap in the audience like this? Make me feel like we're doing something right? Yeah, now it feels like nighttime. Last night as I laid in my bed sleeping, last night I laid right across my bed. Last night I had myself a nightmare. I had a dream, my little Irene up in there. I gotta say now good night, Irene, good night. Well, good night, Irene, good night. Well, good night, Irene, oh, good night, Irene. I'm gonna get you into my dream. Here's my favorite verse. Sometimes I wanna drink, sometimes I wanna gamble. Sometimes I want to stay at Legends all night long. Sometime when I'm loving my little girl Irene, I want you to know now, people, I don't want to see your ass at all. Yeah, 'cause I say good night, Irene. Well, good night. Well, good night, Irene. Well, good night. Well, good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I wanna get you on into my dream.
Marty Sammon, everybody.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Anthony, and all the staff at Legends. Isn't January awesome in Chicago, man? Thank you very much. Thank you.